Okay, Shagun, welcome, and let's proceed ahead with your mock interview for NFL, and we will proceed ahead with that. And now, before we start, I want a very brief introduction from your side for NFL.
Good evening, sir. I am Shagun Garg. I belong to a small town, Garmukteshwar, in Uttar Pradesh. I have done my schooling from there itself. I have done my BTech in electrical engineering from Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology in the year 2020. My father runs a grocery shop and my mother is a homemaker. Speaking of my BTech project, I have done is on photovoltaic forecasting using deep learning and machine learning. Coming from a place having such a mythological value, I have developed a keen interest in reading mythological stories and facts. I also like to teach in my free time.
What mythological stories do you read? And why your place in mythological place?
So the place I belong is Garmukteshwar. It was the place where Pandavas, after having victory in the great war Mahabharata, decided to pray for the salvation of the deceased in the war. So they come to a place on a bank of Ganga river and pray for the god Shiva. Hence the name Garmukteshwar. Gad means the place and Mukteshwar means the place where we got solved. The souls get solved.
So Pandavas got salvation there, right?
No, sir. The deceased who got that death in that war. They prayed for them.
And you read mythological books also?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kaun si? Like what?
Like the one is Jaya by Devdutt Patnaik. Means he is the renowned writer for mythological stories. The another one is Rashmi Rathi by Shri Ramdhari Singh Dinkar ji. And currently I am reading Ajaya, A Roll of Dice by Anand Neelakantan.
तो इनको पढ़ के क्या मिलता है तुम्हें? What do you learn from this?
Actually, sir, I like to explore the place, means why it is so called, and also like the means what I get is that all is good and means everyone know Gita, but being a small means in a short age, I cannot understand them using these stories which I get to know in these novels, and all these means which I have read, and they all say the means on and on the same story but in different viewpoints. Like if we talk about Devdutt sir, he had narrated the whole story a neutral way. Means all we know that Pandavas were good, the Kauravas were bad. It was not that. He left it completely on the basis of reader's point of view, what he get to know. Ramdhari Singh Dinkar ji, he narrated the whole story on the viewpoint of Karna, that whether it was right to be with the company of Adharma or what he can do. And right now, which the book which I am reading is on the viewpoint of Duryodhana. Means the historians have said that it was bad on his side and
Shagun,
good on that side.
Shagun, can you name the character who led to Mahabharata? Mahabharata जिसकी वजह से हुआ था, एक character का नाम.
Sir,
the person mainly responsible for Mahabharata.
According to me, it was not a means I cannot make it up to a single character, but it was a mainly different characters. Like one of them was Draupadi. The starting
I want
was from
single
Shantanu.
One character, only one name.
Okay, so I would say, sir, it was Shakuni.
आपने कृष्णा का मेरे को लगता है गीता का सार नहीं सुना. उन्होंने इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर दिया है कि महाभारत हुआ क्यों. सुना आपने? नहीं.
No sir, no sir.
Okay, चलो let's come back to NFL.
Okay sir.
So can you tell me the plants of NFL? Where are they?
Yes sir, 5 plants are there. 2 are in Punjab, 1 in Haryana, and 2 in Madhya Pradesh. The Punjab ones are in Nangal and Bhatinda. And
can you tell me why
Haryana,
Punjab and Haryana only have plants? ऐसा क्यों? Why
sir,
not a big state like Uttar Pradesh?
Not having in Uttar Pradesh, I can't say, but having in Punjab means Punjab a state having a vastly population which depends on farming mainly, the production. And
that is true for Uttar Pradesh also.
Yes, Uttar Pradesh. Or the
कोई भी इंडस्ट्री जब लगती है तो उसमें
the
एरिया
connection with
रीजन
the rivers, availability of water, I guess.
that is true for every industry. Why fertilizer industry only? Why fertilizer industry in Punjab and Haryana? That is my question. कौन सी मिनिस्ट्री के अंडर आता है ये NFL?
The Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited.
कौन है इसके मिनिस्टर?
So it is he is right now Shri Mansukh Mandavya.
अच्छा, आप शगुन, आपका what is the reason why you want to join this NFL only? You must be having other options also.
Sir, actually right now I am not having any other options, but it is my sole purpose from the very starting to join a PSU and NFL, one of the largest central enterprises in case of fertilizers, and organization incorporated in 1974. It would provide me a great exposure for different projects. Also, being a PSU personally, as a career point of view, it would provide me job security and stability and help me for a good career growth in my future.
शगुन, ये प्राइवेटाइज जो हो रहे हैं पब्लिक सेक्टर, इसमें आपका क्या कहना है? व्हाट यू से अबाउट दैट? दैट्स गुड थिंग और बैड थिंग?
Sir, actually there is not such a single word which we can describe this privatization purpose. It seems to be a gray area right now. From the organization point of view, there are maybe some merits and demerits. Being privatized make the process more transparent and more fast, means fastly the work can be done, although the working would be remain same because the organization, the end product, everything will be same. Also, it would provide some other organizations, some other firms to take part in nation's growth, which was not available here. And there can be some other regions which we are not able to decide, which may have long-term effects.
Shagun, what is the main product of NFL?
So, main product is the Kisan urea, neem coated urea.
Is NFL the largest producer of that?
Sir, up to last year, it was not. The NFL was not the largest producer, but in 31st July, in this last financial report, it has become the largest producer of urea with around 60 lakh metric ton fertilizer sale.
Alone or along with Rashtriya Chemical Fertilizer? Individually, largest, or in association with the Rashtriya Chemical Fertilizer?
Sir, I am not aware of this fact.
Okay. Over to you, Kailash sir.
Hello, Shagun.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, कैसे हो? Okay, you graduated from NIT and I guess you have a very decent grade score of 800 something. You are the same Shagun, I guess, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so even though after that much you are going for NFL, why not into some core sector like NTPC, PGCL, these all, where you will be getting a chance to work with some of your core subjects and core activities?
Sir, as I said, right now I'm having the opportunity of NFL only, and although all the PSUs have different end products, but I guess the work for the technical core would be same. It would depend completely on some projects, but the work for the technical team will be same, I guess, I believe.
Okay, so you are discussing also about your major project, right? That was some photovoltaic related, right?
Yes, sir.
And you have used some machine language, right?
Yes, artificial intelligence, the two parts, okay, machine learning and deep learning.
Okay, what was the role of artificial intelligence in that project, basically? Can you just elaborate the role of artificial intelligence only? Why you just, decided to go with the artificial intelligence?
So actually the sole purpose for the project was to forecast the solar output of the panels which were already installed in the college campus. So we want to forecast it, and for forecasting, there comes artificial intelligence. Solar panel that were installed was not so much old, so we were able to make some data, get some data of around 6 to 7 months. So this 6 to 7 months data.
Do you have some prior knowledge of artificial intelligence?
No, sir. During projects, I used to take some other courses class.
You mean to say, you just take this project or plant and just try to analyze this with the help of artificial intelligence tool. For that, you take the assistance from some other person, right?
Yes, sir. There were 3 persons in the project, so this was divided.
Fine. So you belong to electrical engineering, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have idea about variable resistor?
Variable resistor, sir, it means rheostat.
Can you suggest me some option? I have some variable resistor. Can you suggest me some multiple options, sir? You can go with this.
So for
right now, currently, which are coming to your mind?
Sir, one is the voltage divider, and
voltage divider is a variable resistor.
Yes, sir. There is a complete means a complete winding, and on the number of turns we take the output. So the resistance varies according to that.
Okay. Other?
So this means the same thing can be done using potentiometer.
Okay.
And
okay, one is potentiometer. Fine. Other?
And sir, in some terms, means in some application we can use auto transformer in some case as a and for small applications like in laboratory, rheostat is there.
Okay. Any other? Have you listened about thermistor?
Thermistor, read about it, but it is means if I can guess with your permission.
Yeah. Means, so can thermistor be one of the option for variable resistor? Tell me.
So for using a thermistor, I guess we need a fluctuating heat so that we can.
That is something secondary. I'm not asking what are the sources. I'm simply asking what are the options. Okay. What is secondary cause? Whatever is the cause principle, leave that.
Okay, sir. I'm not sure.
Okay. Have you listened the term photoresistor?
Photoresistor? No, sir.
Have you listened the term strain gauge?
Which one, sir? Sorry.
Strain gauge.
No, sir.
So haven't you studied instrumentation subject?
Yes, sir. I have studied.
So there you haven't studied about strain gauge, transducers, and LVDT. These all haven't you studied these all terms?
Sir, actually the curriculum in the system was completely on measurements. So instrumentation was there, but the measurements portion, and I studied it, but I cannot recall it right now.
Okay, suppose you have a resistance, simple.
Okay, sir.
Right, and I am providing a current. I of t is equal to I naught sine of omega t, some sinusoidal current.
Yes, sir.
Can you draw the graph of the energy dissipated across the resistor versus time?
Energy dissipated.
Or energy absorbed versus time. Shagun, you got?
Just a minute, sir.
What is this graph? This is for energy. Do you think this is the right graph? Then if this is your energy graph, then what will your power, instantaneous power curve?
Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. It was for power. For energy.
Don't you think, Shagun, you are taking a very last time for this small concept only?
Sir, yes, sir. For energy, sir, I'm a bit confused.
Yeah. What is your gate score? Tell me.
808, sir.
Do you think your gate score is synchronized with this question? The way you are answering this question?
I think not, sir.
Then, okay, fine, no issue. Don't mind. I'm just asking. Okay. Okay. Second thing, suppose you have some wire or cable. So can you compare its, the way it will conduct any current at low frequency and high frequency? Is there any change in the behavior of that wire and cable if we change the frequency of the signal, or it will be identical?
Yes, sir, there will be a difference. Means skin effect will come in role, and skin effect is directly proportional to frequency. So if we take less frequency signals, means most of the area will be utilized for that signal. But if in case of high frequency, the signals will will travel on the surface.
So ultimately, what will be the conclusion of this all? If this phenomena is occurring, what additional properties we will get at that high frequency, which will play a major role in the transmission?
At high frequency, for the same signal, the resistance of the wire will increase, as the flow for that signal will be restricted to a small area, and resistance will increase, and hence the losses will also increase. But in case of low frequency signals, most of the area will be covered.
Which losses will increase?
In high frequency, sir? So the copper loss, means if the wire is there, copper loss or the conductor loss will increase. And I guess there can be a case of corona also. Corona loss can be there. If the
corona loss will be there.
Yes, sir, the frequency is high. If the frequency is high, there can be corona loss. And any other losses, sir, I am not aware of.
Okay, have you listened the term equivalent source?
Equivalent source.
Have you heard this term earlier?
Equivalent source. Sir, in what context means equivalent source?
See, while doing your basic electrical engineering, you might have done it many times by converting a practical voltage source into current source or vice versa.
So in source transformation.
Yeah.
Means.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So why we are able to do that transformation?
Sir, the transformation is completely feasible according to the KVL and KCL. There is no discrepancy in that, and in every voltage source, practical voltage source can be treated as a current source, I guess. And practical.
So they will be identical they will be identical, or their behavior will be equivalent with respect to the whatever load we have connected across the terminal, or within themselves they are also equivalent.
So with respect to a terminal, they will be same. Means the behavior will be same.
So with respect to themselves, in between themselves, do you think their behavior will be identical? Can we say they are also equivalent?
Yes, sir. I think so. They will be equivalent, or else they cannot be converted into one another.
But if you suppose any voltage source, you take any voltage source, you connect it across some load.
Okay, sir.
So definitely there will be some current, right?
Yes, sir.
If you remove the load, there will be no current, no power dissipated in the internal resistance.
Yes, sir.
On the other side, if you take a current source, practical current source, and connect a load, so there will be dissipation across the internal resistance. In second case, if I remove the load, but still there will be power dissipation in the internal resistance, but this was not the case with the voltage source. Do you think within themselves they are equivalent?
So they will not be exactly same, but I guess that in source transformation, what that practical current source resistance will be very high. So we can approximate that loss equal to 0 in case of voltage source, which is very less resistance, internal resistance.
Are you sure about this statement?
No, sir, I'm not sure.
Okay, so when you have studied network theory or circuit theory during your BTech in the first semester?
No, sir, in the third semester.
In the third semester.
Yes,
okay, have you listened the term absolute instrument?
Absolute instrument. Yes, sir, I have heard that. And
can you give me some example?
Sorry, sir.
Okay, fine, no issue. My last question to you is,
yes,
you belong to electrical engineering. Okay, suppose yes, I have a magnetic field created by some pair of magnet, right? Or yes, some magnet. Obviously, they exist in the pair, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm placing one rectangular loop inside that magnetic field, which is carrying a current.
Okay, sir.
So can you tell me what will be the deflector? What will be the torque? Will there be any torque?
Torque will depend on the configuration of the rectangular loop in which we have placed it, and it will be proportional to the sine of that theta, with means the area normal vector with the rectangular
will
loop.
Will that torque depend upon the current carried by this conductor or not?
Yes, sir. It is directly proportional to the current. Actually, the expression for the torque is BIL sine theta. Means the B is the magnetic field, I is the current, and L is the length of the rectangular loop, and sine theta is the angle between the area vector and the magnetic field.
Okay, can you explain me in brief, how it will experience a torque by taking any of the configuration or any of the position, reference position? Just in brief, explain.
Okay.
No, you are drawing it. You are drawing it schematic.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just brief me orally or verbally, how it will experience a torque. What is the basic requirement for any specimen to experience a torque? Just explain that part.
Sir, there should be a couple, means a couple should be created with respect to the center point of that loop. So in any, say, if we say that the theta, the angle between the magnetic field and the area vector is 90 degrees, so that sine theta is equal to 1. So if we see at one end, the torque which will be created is in means upward side, it's BIL by 2, and on the other hand, the same force in another direction will be created, BIL by 2, and in both of them together forms a couple, and hence the rectangular loop starts moving, rotating.
Okay, Shagun, thank you. So I will come back to you later on for feedback. So now ma'am will continue with you, right?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you continue, please.
Good evening, Shagun.
Good evening, ma'am.
So your project is a photovoltaic energy forecasting using machine learning.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So first tell me why the forecasting is necessary.
Ma'am, we are doing on solar energy, or in case of any other renewable energy. The main thing of these energy sources that they are not continuous in nature, and also they are not reliable. So it makes it difficult from the distribution sides, from the power plant sides, to make their dispatch schedule in for future load distribution. Hence forecasting comes there to make their job easy. Now the second thing is the design of the energy storage system. So if we sorry ma'am, if in energy systems, designing of the energy system, if we know the output of the solar panels beforehand, then it would be easy for the design, for the optimum design of those energy systems. Also, ma'am, it would be easy for the consumer side, since there is a large difference between the energy created by solar and the energy, conventional energy, which we got from the power plants. There are the cost wise, and would also it would be also easy for making market policies in terms of if forecasting is provided, means how much energy is going to be generated with such plants or anything.
Okay. So tell me the types of forecasting models.
Ma'am, there are different models. The first one was the random forest. The another one was the decision tree. The other one was the k nearest neighbor, and the one was support vector regression, and one was long short term LSTM memory method.
Okay, so tell me the one or two advantages and disadvantages of the k nearest neighbor algorithm.
Ma'am, with k nearest neighbor algorithm, it was easy to implement. First was this, and KNN means the KNN algorithm, it becomes difficult. If we talk about disadvantages, then it becomes difficult if the data size, the data set, the number of entries increases. And also one thing which we notices in this project, that the graph or the result which we get using KNN, it gets saturated to a particular value. Means if there is a slight non-linearity in the solar panels, like someday there is a great solar irradiation and the solar power output is large as compared to other readings, then the KNN was not able to forecast it because it was saturated to a particular mean value. So this was the disadvantage. The advantage was if the the complete data set is linear, or there is less non-linearity, then it would be easy to implement. And one thing is that it was fast, means the forecasting done by it was fast.
It was fast. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you write the algorithm for the random forest method?
Yes, ma'am. Means if, instead of writing, I can, ma'am, say this, that
yes, go ahead.
First, as we have three data variables we have taken, the solar irradiation, the temperature, and the solar power output. So taking one of the variables, we have classified that variables in different categories. Means, say if the range for that variable is 0 to 100, we have classified in less than 50 and greater than 50. Then comes their different branches. With less than 50, there against there another branch moves like greater than 25, less than 25. So like this, a branch, a tree like structure is formed, and for every node which we get in the end, there were the other two variables placed. So like this was a tree formed, and like these trees, many other trees were formed, like a forest structure were formed, and this was completely random forest. Now if unknown data or the testing data we provided, then the first thing the random forest will do, that for every tree, it will provide the nodes value, the result of solar power it would generate according to the training set. And in the end, we will have a number of results equal to the number of trees we have created. And in the end, the mean is taken and final result will be provided based on it.
Okay. So there is one method known as the decision tree, right? Forecasting using decision tree.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the two disadvantages of this method.
Ma'am, the one disadvantage that it was not able to tackle non-linearity. Means the same as we have seen in KNN, that it was not able to tackle those non-linearity also. The second thing, it was giving different data, different result with every iteration. What was there, that we take a same entry, no matter how many times we run the program, we are getting same results. But as the decision tree is a single tree, and every time the tree is made with different classification, So the results we were taking, it was in a range of values, means for a particular data, for a particular data entry, we were not getting a single result.
Okay, what are the advantages?
Now, advantages was first that it was done very easily, and the load the program takes, means it was done smoothly. There were no hangout in the programs, and the next thing was the algorithm was easy, and to change its algorithm, it was not a tedious task.
Okay, so
And
it's
also
simpler than other methods.
yes, ma'am. It was the simplest method.
Okay, and what is the speed of this method?
Ma'am, actually, speed was as the speed is not in terms of any numerical formula. It was compared against other formula, means other programs, other algorithms. So it was the fastest. Then comes the KNN. Then comes the random forest, and in the end SVR and LSTM was the slowest one.
Okay, so there are 5 to 6 methods of this forecasting modeling.
Yes,
can you tell me which models gives the better result?
Ma'am, if we go by numerical values, then decision tree and the LSTM were good. Means LSTM were not good in terms of numerical values, but it was good in terms of the graphical representation. But numerical values, the mean absolute error and root mean square error were least in decision tree. But as we have said that it was not able to tackle non-linearity. So the thing which
no, but when you have to say that the overall this method is good, which one
okay.
will be the
Ma'am,
which one will be better in the all the 4 other methods?
Ma'am, LSTM, long short term memory method.
Okay, so on which parameters you are judging this?
Ma'am, on they're basically a mixture, means the first the pace of the program in which it has run, the graphical representation of the forecasted data it has provided as compared to the actual data, and also the numerical values of the mean absolute error. And
when we judge about the parameters like mean absolute error and root mean square value, root mean square
yes,
error, which method will be better?
Ma'am, decision tree.
Decision tree.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you were discussing about the corona losses with the Kailash sir. Can you tell me if for the frequency 25 hertz, the corona loss is 100 watt? What will be the corona losses for the frequency is equal to 50 hertz?
Actually, I'm not aware of the formula right now, but I can only say that it will increase.
It will increase. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you tell me the armature reaction of the DC generator?
Hello, ma'am. Sorry, pardon.
Armature reactions of the DC generator.
Okay, ma'am. Armature reaction of DC generator is normally cross magnetizing if the brush position is not shifted from its geometrical mean axis, geometrical neutral axis. But in case of motor, if we shift the brush direction in the same direction of the revolution rotation, then magnetization, the armature reaction will be magnetizing in nature. And in case of generator,
first tell me what is the armature reaction? Hello. First tell me what is the term related to armature reaction? How we explain that what is armature reaction?
Yes, ma'am. When the complete generator means provide the output energy, then the armature winding will have their own current, and due to that their own currents, the flux they create their own flux, which in terms opposes or means affect the main flux, and this whole thing is armature reaction.
So what are the effects of armature reaction on the performance of machine?
Ma'am, the armature reaction is not good at all. If in case it is magnetizing in nature, then it will increase the voltage to more than to the rated level, which can cause insulation failure. And
No,
if
when we talk about the DC generator, what are the effects of armature reaction for DC generator?
okay, ma'am. So it can be magnetizing and demagnetizing.
Magnetizing and demagnetizing.
Demagnetizing, yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by magnetizing effect?
Ma'am, if the armature flux aids the main flux, means if the brush axis is shifted opposite to the direction of the rotation, then the armature flux, if it is shifted in the direction of the in the opposite direction of the rotation, then the armature flux will aid the main flux, and due to that the trailing point of the pole shoe will become magnetizing, and hence the due to that flux will increases, and due to flux increase more voltage will be created, and hence this was the magnetizing effect.
So you have mentioned one term, trailing pole.
Yes, ma'am.
If I talk about the DC generator, how I will identify that this pole tip is a trailing pole tip?
Ma'am, suppose the rotor is rotating in clockwise direction, and if we see for a pole there are two tips. The first tip is the tip which is trailing tip, and the second tip is the tip which is leading tip. If we come rotation wise, means the first tip which the rotor will come across will be the trailing tip, and the second will be first will be the leading tip and second will be the trailing tip.
Okay, so there is an increase of flux,
yes, ma'am,
on one pole tip, and there will be a reduction of flux in the another pole tip.
Yes,
so on which pole tip it will increase?
Ma'am, on the tip where the flux will increase. In case of generator, it is the trailing tip.
Trailing tip.
Yes,
so under the pole, if at the one pole tip flux is increasing and at the another pole tip flux is decreasing, we can say that overall flux under the pole is constant.
Ma'am, average wise, if we take mean, then it is okay, but it is not like in machines, but because at that point where there it is aiding, at that point the voltage will be more. So at that point there is a problem of insulation. There is chance of insulation failure.
Okay, there might be a chance of insulation failure, but my question is, if we take under the pole, the flux will remains constant or not? Like at suppose at the trailing pole tip, the flux increases by +2, and at the leading pole tip, it decreases by -2. So overall flux has to be constant under the pole. Can we say this?
No, ma'am. Actually, this is according to me, it is not right.
Why?
Ma'am, because the flux is not linear in nature. Means if we decrease by 2, if we increase by 2, then the effect will not be neutralized, because the flux is in the triangular means the triangular shape, and if we changes it from one end and decreases it from other end, then it cannot be balanced.
Okay, it's all from my side.
रोशनी मैम,
yes,
रोशनी मैम, मैं फीडबैक देता हूँ सर. एक्चुअली मेरा अगला मॉक भी शेड्यूल्ड है.
ओके सर.
ओके शगुन, तो देखो यार, आपने तो गेट में भी काफी अच्छा स्कोर लिया है, ठीक है. तो बट जब क्वेश्चन के आप आंसर कर रहे थे, तो आपने कुछ क्वेश्चंस के आंसर आपको भी पता है कैसे करें. स्पेशली दैट एनर्जी वर्सेस टाइम कर्व फॉर रजिस्टर. ठीक है, आपको ये विजिबल है कुछ? अब मैं कैसे दिखाऊं आपको? वेट अ मिनट. इज दिस विजिबल टू यू? ग्राफ विजिबल है?
यस.
कुछ ऐसा होगा कर्व की नहीं होगा, बताइए.
यस सर.
ठीक है.
यस सर.
यस, पावर वर्सेस टाइम कर्व. फाइन. तो सी, ये बहुत एक 12th लेवल का प्रॉब्लम है. यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? Very basic question, because in PSUs they don't ask very depth question, just overview question लेते हैं, right? Because they know your background is electrical engineering, and the very first thing which comes, that is current, voltage, charge, resistor, inductor, capacitor. Fine. So you must be very clear with these. Then some general question they ask on the product base, specification base, what are the different options for the designs and current project you can have. That I ask you variable resistor, you can go with the potentiometer, you can go with the thermistor, you can go with the photoresistor, you can go with the strain gauge also. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so keep in mind these are the variable resistor which we can prefer. Then I ask you one question about that was some absolute instrument, I guess, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you might have studied about tangent galvanometer, absolute electrometer, and relay currents, right? So these all are basically example of your absolute instrument. Okay, they give the measurement value in term of their constant and deflections only. So जो basic चीजें हैं इन चीजों को कर लीजिएगा. Okay, और one concept was their skin depth, that you were right and you explained it really well in the depth. Fine, वो अच्छा concept था. तो you have knowledge, no issue, but थोड़ा सा उसको channelize करिएगा, right? Because मुझे लगता है जो question मैंने पूछे आपसे वो ज्यादा मतलब depth वाले नहीं थे, बिल्कुल overview था. Being an electrical fellow एक चीज हमेशा ध्यान रखना है कि मेजरमेंट को आपने हमेशा पढ़ना ही पढ़ना है, खासकर जब आप PSUs के लिए जा रहे हो. अगर आप उसके लिए नहीं जा रहे हो, अपार्ट फ्रॉम सम IIT एंड ISC, मेजरमेंट आपसे पूछा ही जाता है. बिकॉज किसी भी PSUs या किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ना मेजरमेंट एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है, राइट? और आप उसको चाहे फ्रंट एंड पे कहिए, चाहे आप उसको डिजाइन एंड पे कहिए, चाहे आप उसको फील्ड एंड पे कहो, चाहे आप उसको बैक एंड पे करो, राइट? तो वहां पे सेंसर्स, ट्रांसड्यूसर्स, व्हाट आर द वेरियस मेजरिंग इलेक्ट्रिकल डिवाइसेस, उनका रेंज एक्सटेंशंस क्या होता है, उनका क्या प्रॉपर्टी है, AC को मेजर करने के लिए, DC को मेजर करने के लिए कौन सा मीटर कौन सी वैल्यू देता है. तो ये रैंडम से क्वेश्चन है, वो रहते हैं, ठीक है. सेकंड थिंग इज जब आप PSUs के इंटरव्यू के लिए जाते हैं तो एक मटेरियल साइंस आप लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा सब्जेक्ट थोड़ा सा, तो उसके ऊपर कुछ रैंडम से क्वेश्चन बना लेते हैं. बिकॉज एटलीस्ट अल्टीमेटली यू मस्ट हैव द आइडिया ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ मटेरियल. तो कई बार क्वेश्चन बना लेते हैं ससेप्टिबिलिटी, परमिटिविटी, परमेबिलिटी, बहुत छोटे छोटे टर्म है, बहुत कंसेप्चुअल टर्म है, इसके ऊपर रैंडम से क्वेश्चन बना लेते हैं. फाइन, बिकॉज अगर हम प्रैक्टिकल डोमेन में देखें तो इन वर्ड्स का बहुत सिग्निफिकेंस रहता है अपार्ट फ्रॉम सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चन एंड ऑल, राइट? तो इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन बनाते हैं. जैसे रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स, 3 प्रॉपर्टी है. एक रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स हो गया, वो ऑप्टिकल प्रॉपर्टी के लिए यूज करते हैं. परमेबिलिटी मैग्नेटिक प्रॉपर्टी के लिए यूज करते हैं. परमिटिविटी इलेक्ट्रिकल प्रॉपर्टी के लिए यूज करते हैं. इसके ऊपर जनरल से क्वेश्चन बनाते हैं थोड़े से, राइट? तो इन चीजों का ध्यान रखिएगा. फाइन, so that is all I guess from my side. So sir, I can leave, I have another interview.
Yes sir.
Okay, thanks.
Roshni ma'am, please go ahead.
Okay Sagun, so start with your project. आपने प्रोजेक्ट तो स्टडी किया है, दैट इज ओके, बट एक क्वेश्चन मैंने पूछा था, ओवरऑल कौन सा मॉडल जो है फोरकास्टिंग का वो बेटर रिजल्ट देता है?
यस मैम.
उसमें आपने बोला था डीप ट्री मेथड, राइट?
यस मैम.
डिसीजन ट्री मेथड.
यस मैम.
इसमें आपके एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में मेंशन है कि 2 मेथड्स जो हैं वो दोनों ही जो है बेटर होते हैं एज कंपेयर टू अदर जो मेथड्स हैं हमारे पास, और इसको हम जज करते हैं ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रूट मीन स्क्वायर एरर.
यस मैम.
ठीक है, तो एक आपका जो सपोर्ट वेक्टर मशीन मेथड्स है और जो डिसीजन ट्री मेथड है, ठीक है, बोथ गिव्स द बेटर रिजल्ट एज कंपेयर टू अदर मेथड्स.
ओके,
ठीक है.
ओके.
एक क्वेश्चन था डिसीजन ट्री मेथड्स के डिसएडवांटेजेस क्या क्या हैं.
यस मैम.
वो एक बार आप देख लीजिए, क्योंकि एक बार जो आपने जो रिपोर्ट भेजा है उसमें जो डिसएडवांटेजेस है वो बहुत डिफरेंट है जो आप मुझे बता रहे थे.
ओके मैम.
ठीक है, तो एक बार दो एडवांटेजेस डिसएडवांटेजेस आपको हर मॉडल का देख के जाना है.
ओके मैम.
इसके अलावा एक आर्मेचर रिएक्शन का क्वेश्चन था. तो जब हम डीसी जनरेटर में आर्मेचर रिएक्शन की बात करते हैं तो पहले आप बताओगे कि आर्मेचर रिएक्शन क्या है.
यस मैम.
ठीक है, सो इट इज द इफेक्ट ऑफ द आर्मेचर फ्लक्स ऑन द मेन फील्ड फ्लक्स.
यस मैम.
ठीक है, इसमें जो हम इसके इफेक्ट की बात करते हैं तो इसमें एक आपका क्रॉस मैग्नेटाइजिंग इफेक्ट भी आता है.
यस मैम.
ठीक है, जो कि आपने मेंशन नहीं किया. तो 2 इफेक्ट होते हैं, क्रॉस मैग्नेटाइजिंग और डीमैग्नेटाइजिंग इफेक्ट, राइट?
ओके मैम.
इसके बाद हमने ट्रेलिंग पोल टिप और जो भी लीडिंग पोल टिप है उसके बारे में डिस्कशन किया, वो आपने ठीक आंसर किया.
यस मैम.
जब हम बात करते हैं कि एक पोल टिप पे अगर हमारा फ्लक्स बढ़ रहा है और दूसरे पे अगर हमारा सेम अमाउंट से रिड्यूस हो रहा है तो अंडर द पोल फ्लक्स कांस्टेंट क्यों नहीं है? ठीक है, तो इसका आंसर ये है कि जो हमारे मशीन्स होते हैं वो ऑलमोस्ट सैचुरेशन के पास में ऑपरेट करते हैं. ठीक है, तो मान लेते हैं फ्लक्स को +2 वेबर से बढ़ना है तो वो फ्लक्स +2 तक बढ़ेगा नहीं, वो 1 तक जाते जाते ही मशीन आपकी सैचुरेट हो जाएगी. बट रिड्यूस वो 2 तक हो सकता है. ठीक है, रिड्यूस होने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. तो फ्लक्स में उतना इंक्रीमेंट नहीं हो पाता है बिकॉज फ्लक्स आपका सैचुरेट हो जाता है. तो इसलिए ओवरऑल जो है वो फ्लक्स में डिक्रीज होता है. इसलिए हम बोलते हैं कि आर्मेचर रिएक्शन में डीमैग्नेटाइजिंग इफेक्ट होता है क्योंकि अमाउंट जो है वो आपका कम हो रहा है.
ओके
ठीक है। एक कोरोना लॉस का क्वेश्चन था, तो ये क्वेश्चन मैंने इसीलिए पूछा क्योंकि आप ये इस टॉपिक के बारे में आपने मेंशन किया था अबाउट द कोरोना लॉसेस।
यस मैम
ठीक है, तो कोरोना लॉसेस जो है, पावर लॉस जो है ड्यू टू कोरोना, वो आपका डिपेंड कर प्रोपोर्शनल टू होता है F+25।
यस ओके
ठीक है, कोरोना लॉस का जो फॉर्मूला है वो F+25 पे डिपेंड करता है। तो ऑब्वियसली अगर जो भी अलग अलग डिफरेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी पे हमें लॉसेस पता है, तो अदर जो हम फ्रीक्वेंसी दी है उससे हम लॉसेस निकाल सकते हैं।
ओके ओके मैम
तो ओवरऑल आपका परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा था, जो जो पॉइंट्स है बस वो आप थोड़ा ध्यान रखना। ठीक है,
ओके मैम
ओके, थैंक यू।
ओके, सो नाउ लेट मी टेल यू शगुन, आपका ना जो एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था कैलाश सर ने कि व्हाई नॉट अदर पीएसयूज, राइट?
यस सर
देखो, व्हाई पीएसयू एंड व्हाई नॉट अदर पीएसयूज का जो आंसर है ना वो ये है कि सर आई एम लुकिंग फॉर जॉब इन पीएसयू for certain reasons, like I'll be getting very good salary, prestigious job, and then it is a stable job, I mean permanent job, stable job, and then there's a work-life balance. These are the things which I look for in a job, whether I get job in this PSU or that PSU. So it is, for me, all three PSUs are equally important. So then he will say, what if you get into that? Well, sir, this is very hypothetical. As of now, I've not even got a call. This is the only option I've got. But if I get another option, if I get this option first, I'll focus on this option. I'll join it and continue my career in this. But if I get a couple of options, let's say 2-3 options, so in that case, I need to discuss with my sir seniors and my some teachers whom I normally discuss in such situation. I need to discuss with them. Then only I'll take the decision. ऐसे आप बोल देंगे. And if they say why NFL, why not NTPC something, I'll say, sir, I'm an electrical engineer. Wherever I go, I'll be working as electrical engineer only. It is not that I will start making urea. You understand that? तो आप उस पूरी प्रोसेस में, irrespective of what the product is, प्रोडक्ट यूरिया हो सकता है, लेकिन आप तो एज इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर ही काम करेंगे ना. अगर मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर है तो वो मैकेनिकल का काम करेगा वहां पे. सो आपको तो एज इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर ही काम करना है. सो इट डज नॉट मैटर फॉर यू. मैथोलॉजिकल आपने बात की है तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा वर्कआउट कर लो. मैथोलॉजिकल बुक्स पे आप क्यों पढ़ते हैं, उसमें आपको क्या सीखने को मिलता है, कैसे आप क्या करते हो, वो आपसे पूछ सकता है. आपका एरिया के बारे में पूछ सकता है, मैथोलॉजिकल एरिया क्यों है, जैसे क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था. और आपकी स्ट्रेंथ्स वगैरह की क्या आपके ट्रेड्स हैं. बाकी बच्चों के जिनके मॉक्स हम डाल रहे हैं उनको भी सुनते रहो. राइट, एनएफएल का जो डॉक्यूमेंट है उसको पढ़ लो, और जो लेटेस्ट मिनिस्टर बना है उसका, दैट यू हैव ऑलरेडी अपडेटेड, राइट?
यस sir. One question is there, as NFL is for management trainee and other is for graduate engineer trainee. So there was a question, what is the difference between these two job profiles? So
engineer actually deals with the making of the product, and management fellow, management trainee, he either handles a project or even other managerial activities like marketing, sale. Those domains are also open. Like you made a product, now you have to sell it also. तो वो मैनेजमेंट ट्रेनिंग हो जाता है उसमें. जैसे कुछ पब्लिक सेक्टर है, HPCL वगैरह, वो लेते थे ग्रेजुएट ट्रेनिंग है, लेकिन मैनेजमेंट ट्रेनिंग की तरह से यूज हो जाते हैं वो. उनको सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग पे भी लगाया जा सकता है. सो यू सी कि आई एम अ बीटेक किया.
तो मैं सर ये मतलब क्वेश्चन मतलब मैंने देखा था, तो वो पूछते हैं कि मैनेजमेंट ट्रेनी है तो इसमें तुम्हारा ज्यादा टेक्निकल यूज नहीं होगा, तो वाई इसमें क्यों जान रहे हो तुम, इंजीनियर ट्रेनिंग में जाओ.
आपने बोला सर कोई भी टेक्निकल प्रोफाइल इवेंचुअली मैनेजरियल प्रोफाइल बन जाता है कुछ साल के बाद. इवन आप एक प्रोफेसर हैं तो बाद में आप हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट और डीन जब बन जाते हैं तो आप मैनेजरियल काम कर रहे होते हैं. इवन साइंटिस्ट जब डायरेक्टर बन जाते हैं, असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर, एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर जब बन जाते हैं तो वो भी मैनेजरियल काम करते हैं. हर टेक्नोक्रेट को एक स्टेज के बाद मैनेजरियल काम करना है. यू कांट अवॉइड मैनेजमेंट. मैनेजमेंट इज नथिंग बट गेटिंग थिंग्स डन फ्रॉम योर टीम. एंड जैसे से यू क्लाइंब द हायरार्की ऑफ ग्रोथ, तो आपको देयर विल बी पीपल वर्किंग अंडर यू एंड यू हैव टू गेट वर्क डन फ्रॉम देम. दैट इज कॉल्ड मैनेजमेंट. सो मैनेजमेंट इज इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ एनी जॉब. सो इफ यू आर गेटिंग दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी नाउ, तो इट इज गोइंग टू वेरी हेल्पफुल. फिर वो बोलेगा फिर आपकी टेक्निकल नॉलेज का क्या बेनिफिट. अब बोलेंगे सर टू मैनेज द थिंग्स. सपोज आई एम टू सेल अ प्रोडक्ट. If I know the product, then only I'll be in better position to sell the product. So knowing the product is engineering. Selling the product is management thing. That is how these two things are linked, and it's a very good thing actually. I am technocrat now. I will get a managerial exposure also. That will make a complete technocrat.
Okay, sir.
Right?
And sir, what was the answer of that question? Why in Punjab, not in Uttar Pradesh?
Even I don't know the answer for that. Even I don't know, because You should know that many questions they will ask you, they themselves don't know the answer for that. मेरे को वैसे स्ट्रक किया और मैंने कुछ और 7 क्वेश्चन का आंसर नहीं देना है तुम्हें, ऑनेस्टली बता रहा हूँ, मेरे को भी इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर नहीं पता, बट आई जस्ट आस्क्ड, आई आस्क्ड बिकॉज आई एम हैविंग द लग्जरी ऑफ नॉट आंसरिंग। वहां पे थोड़ी वो आंसर करेंगे, तो क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे, उनको नहीं पता होगा, वो वैसे फेंकेंगे और तुमने नहीं फेंकना, लेकिन उनको फेंकने दे। तुमने फेंका तो तुम्हारे नंबर कटेंगे, कोई लॉजिक देना स्टार्ट कर दिया, मेरे को नहीं पता, बनाया होगा उन्होंने दैट एक्चुअली इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ बेसिकली फैसिलिटीज सेटअप्स। तो जब ये बनाया होगा, इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन चल रहा था 1960s में, इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन आया है इंडिया में 1960 में, जिसमें पंजाब एंड हरियाणा मेन स्टेट्स थी, और उसी टाइम पे इन चीजों की क्रिएशन हुई है। और इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन में भारी अमाउंट में हमने फर्टिलाइजर, केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर का यूज किया था। तो मे बी दे मस्ट हैव थॉट के लेट्स क्रिएट इट हियर ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ benefit it will accrue to the villages, maybe that is the reason, but as I told you, I am only putting the things together, I don't know the answer. Yes. But I asked you a question, and if you don't know the answer, be very humble and say so no idea sir. And okay. अगर तुम्हें लिंक पता है तो तुम वैसा बोल सकते हो कि सर इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन पंजाब हरियाणा में आया था, मे बी इट इज लिंक टू दैट, बट आई एम नॉट वेरी श्योर, दैट्स इट, ऐसे आंसर करो। इसलिए हर क्वेश्चन का आंसर नहीं करना।
ओके सर,
डन?
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर,
थैंक यू, एंड थैंक यू मैम, एंड गुड नाइट।